Hey, what's up, good people? It's Rob Lee here. So what we're going to do is take a look at Charles Schumer, Mitch McConnell, Orrin Hatch, Dianne Feinstein. Just a quick look at these monsters, and I want to expose them for you and show you what the so-called health care repeal really was about, because it was just a charade. It was a skit. We were never intended to have a better health care bill. Do you not understand? It was just a skit. It's a lie. It's a charade meant to control your mind. Just like so many other videos that I have made for you to show you that what they do is mind control you. These monsters, via Democrat, Republican, do not care about a certain segment of the United States, a certain part of this country, which has become the minority. So many of you white people, you need to, there's so many of you that I wish I could just grab and shake, because you listen to so many liars, YouTubers, you go to websites that feature bullshit. 2030, 2040, 2050, whites are going to be the minority. Hey man, wake up. We're already the minority. We've been the minority for 10 years. We are the minority in our country. We've been the minority. They just don't want to tell you that yet. We are the minority. They were never going to pass this health care bill, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove it to you. They were never ever going to give it to you, ever. I want to show you how these monsters mock you. And if you followed my channel, you know that I'm into the occult, numbers and symbols. I always wanted to learn, when my father brought me to the truth, how the devil, the children of Cain, the fallen ones, how they talk. Their numbers, the symbols, the hand signs. I wanted to learn their language. I learned it. So now whenever they talk, whenever they whatever, I can understand what they're saying. If you really want to learn the truth, man, first you got to be able to see through the lie. You got to be able to put it together. These monsters want you sick. They want you broke. They want you to be enslaved to them. They want you to die out, because they know who you really are. Many of you are of the children of Jacob. You are of the flock of Jesus Christ, and they absolutely loathe you for it. It's time for you to wake up and go further. Now let's watch this video. And let me say something before we get into this video. Man, I'm for everybody having health care in the United States. If a person is sick, well, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, tan, green, yellow, red, blue. I don't care, man. I don't care what your religious persuasions are. If you're poor or rich, it doesn't matter to me. What kind of a true Christian? Jesus Christ even did a parable about this. If somebody came to you and they were sick, would you not want to make them better? However, these monsters do not want us to ever get better, do they? They mean to destroy us. Let's watch the video, and then when the video is over, let's close it out and let's see what they were really saying. Not what their mouth was saying, because we know that when they talk, they are lying. Let's look at what they were really saying, shall we?
This is, clearly a disappointing moment. From skyrocketing costs to plummeting choices and collapsing markets, our constituents have suffered through an awful lot under Obamacare. We thought they deserved better. It's why I and many of my colleagues did as we promised and voted to repeal this failed law. We told our constituents we would vote that way, and when the moment came, most of us did.
I would say to my dear friend, the Majority Leader, we are not celebrating. We are relieved that millions and millions of people who would have been so drastically hurt by the three proposals put forward will at least retain their health care, be able to deal with pre-existing conditions, deal with nursing homes and opioids that Medicaid paid for. We are relieved, not for ourselves, but for the American people.
Mr. Peters. Mr. Portman. Mr. Reed.
All right, after watching that, I'm sure that some of you who have been following my channel, because I'm seeing it in the comment section that some of you are really starting to get it, man. I'm so glad. Oh, no, I'm not your teacher. I'm not your preacher, but I am trying to help you. I'm sure that some of you noticed what Senator Orrin Hatch and what Mitch McConnell both did. Now, first of all, let's look at this little angel right here. Do you really believe these monsters really care about this little girl, her mom, her dad, having health care? I mean, do you really believe it? And then once you can really come to grips with that they don't give two shits about her life, do you believe the media, corporations, banks, the 501c3 demonic churches, or the video makers, the YouTube serpents that many of you chase around, do you really believe they care? Now, once you understand that they don't care, you have to go from there, because that's the first step. You see, Trump is surrounded by enemies, and no, I do not like Trump. I've made no bones about it. I do not like him. I know what he is, but I do believe that he was meant to give us a chance to get our stuff together. And they are trying to box him in to where he cannot move. He cannot do anything to help us. His own people have turned on him. He is surrounded by his own people who are trying to turn on him. All right? Now, let's look at these serpents here, and let's see what they were really doing. You notice that Senator Orrin Hatch out of Utah immediately gave his gang sign. Here's the pyramid. He's given his allegiance to Moloch, the devil, the children of Cain, immediately. A couple seconds later, what do you have? Well, you have Senator Mitch McConnell. He's going to follow it up, and he's going to give his gang sign. You see, he's going to give his pyramid. Now, do you really believe this is a coincidence, people? Do you really believe these fucking monsters were really trying to get better health care for a certain segment of this country? Or do you think they were going through a charade? They were putting on a facade, a way to mind control you. They were doing what all these monsters do. They were giving their gang sign, their allegiance to their father, who is the devil. And if you don't believe in it, carry your ass to another channel, and you can listen to some low punk ass, low little serpent tell you many, many lies. And you can walk away full of anxiety, fear, and delusion. Go. Remember in Minnesota, I told you it was a lie, it was a hoax, it did not happen. Immediately after it happened, we have a brand new police chief. And what did he do? He gave his allegiance to the devil. He gave the pyramid, the all-seeing eye. He gave his allegiance to the beast system. Then we have John McCain. He gave the deciding vote. It was his vote that swung it. John McCain, the great American fraud. Now let's talk about John McCain. Now they say John McCain had cancer, and John McCain had to go away, and he had to get better, and he was going to come back, and he was going to decide he was going to cast his vote. I don't believe it. I believe this man is a low-life serpent. I believe he's been lying since the day that he could talk. I loathe this monster. He is a bullshit artist times 100. Let me give you another more plausible scenario, because at this point I'm still allowed to do it under the First Amendment. How about McCain faked being sick? Because we know that they lie. I mean, come on. He went to the children of Cain and said, we have to have a sit down, because they told him, look, we summon you, boy. Come here. Bring your old ass here. We have to talk, because you know there's not going to be no new health care repeal, because the children of Cain implemented Obamacare for a reason, to control you and steal from you. So McCain goes and sees the children of Cain, Soros, the boys at the Federal Reserve, and they tell him, look, there ain't going to be no new health care bill. And that's what you get. Let's look at McCain when he was in Hanoi Hospital. And he was laying on his deathbed, and he was a POW. Bullshit. Notice he's able, even in this picture, while they're taking the picture, he was able to just conveniently give his little gang sign, like all the rest of them do. He was letting them know, I'm loyal to Apollyon, the devil, the children of Cain. You think that's a coincidence, people? Come on, people, you got to wake up. It was staged. It was a skit. It was contrived. It was a lie. Just like all these other monsters, they're giving their allegiance to the devil. Let's take a look at Barack and Michelle Obama as they're coming off Air Force One. Notice anything funny about the hands? Well, she supposedly, it has its hand in his hand. Problem is, her hand is still hanging down, because it's a Photoshop error. because most of what you see in magazines, the media, is a lie. 90% of it is a lie, just like most of the YouTubers that many of you follow do nothing but deceive you, and they get paid to deceive you. Let's go further, people. I want your light to cut on. I want your light to come on because time is getting short. Obamacare was implemented to control you, man. It's mind control, and they've got great plans for it. I've told you before, this hideous monster's coming back. It's in the Bible. It's in Luke. For those of you who read scripture, it's in Luke. He's coming back. How? I don't know. I'm not Yahweh. I don't know how he's coming back, but I know he's coming back. These monsters know that time is short, and they are preparing for war with Jesus Christ. They believe they can win. They want to destroy us, his children, his flock. They are preparing for war with our king. So quit being loyal to Trump. Quit being loyal to the flag, even though I love the flag. I love my country. I love you. Be loyal to Jesus Christ first, because that's who's going to save your ass, people. And I'm talking to you frank, man. This is why I'm censored, people. This is why I'm censored. This is why YouTube hates me. They hide my videos. People don't get their subs and notifications. This is why they hate me, because I would not join the team. And they realized a couple months ago, he's not going to join the synagogue of Satan. Not for all the gold on this earth. Ever. I loathe you monsters as much as you hate me. Genesis 3:14 and 15. I hate you as much as you hate me. God bless you all.
Census Bureau says whites will be a minority.
Californians know a thing or two about demographic change. 70% of all state school pupils in Los Angeles are Hispanic.
For the first time in American history, non-whites will make up half or more of the next generation, according to a new study by the Pew Research Center.